Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with me today. She is a nail artist. Please welcome Nails by Kitty. Hello, Kitty, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So I want to go ahead and get started by asking where you're from and how'd you get started in the nail industry?
Well, I'm from Miami, Florida, but I grew up on the south side of Atlanta. Um, I,
Mm-hmm.
I got started doing nails when I was 20, and
Mm-hmm.
I was really inspired by other nail techs on Instagram. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One I can mention is Jaharia. I can't remember
Right.
her name, but I would see her work all over Instagram, and it just really inspired me to go to school to do nails.
That's really, really cool. So in regards to nail school, what has been your experience going to nail school?
It was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the show called Bad Girls Club.
Right. Yeah, I heard of that.
It was like that. It was like that, but with nails. Like everyone
Mm-hmm.
was kind of catty, but it
Mm-hmm.
was it was either you're gonna be focused on what you're here to do, or you're gonna join the cattiness, and that's why I am where I am now because I was focused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's I find that very interesting because there is sometimes with nail school, beauty school, there is some sort of like cattiness of some sort, but in high school I took like cosmetology courses, and I'm licensed. But yeah, but there is some sort of, there can be some sort of cattiness to that. What are some things that you learned being in nail school?
I learned a lot about how to run an actual business. Like they teach you how to run your business, how to deal with clients, rude customers. Um,
Hmm.
They teach you sanitation. They teach you more also about like reflexology. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
Yeah,
like
right, reflexology.
bones, muscles, and stuff that's in the hands and your feet. They teach you about like skin diseases and stuff like that. So yeah, I learned all of that while being there too.
Yeah, yeah, it was the same with me. Like I learned about like skin disorders and diseases. I learned about, how to deal with clients and things like that. But of course, with like beauty school, especially with nail school, they don't teach you in depth about a lot of like products and how to get prepared for the industry. And
Hmm.
that's the only critique I have for beauty school or nail school.
Yeah,
Like, they'll teach you the basics, but they're not going to teach you how to, in terms of helping you get fully equipped
yeah.
for the business.
I could say that like I didn't really learn much about the products. I had to figure that out on my own through like research and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I definitely agree with that. Now, what has been the whole journey like having your own business? Like, has it been hard and easy? Like, what's the journey been like?
It's been hard. When I first started, it was easy because I was working at a nail salon when I first started. Um,
Hmm.
it was easier then, but then when I became like a solo artist and I started working by myself, it was a bit
Right,
harder, like finding a place to work, um, like being consistent, like consistent clientele. Like I had to move around a lot, so
right.
they would come to wherever I would go and stuff like that. It's been kind of
Hmm.
hard, but I'm grateful because it taught me a lot
Hmm.
and it built character. I could say that.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, how's the thing with like dealing with clients? Like, have you been able to, deal with clients pretty well? Like, how's that experience been like on that side of owning a business?
I love my clients. I love them a lot. They love me.
Mm,
Some come and go, but I don't never forget them, which is so crazy because I've
hmm.
dealt with so many people throughout the past 3 years, and I still remember all of them, the conversations we had, like everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like some clients you do remember because I remember working in a spa during my last year of college, doing nails for different people, and some people you do remember. You know, of course, here and there you run into somebody that's difficult and things like that. But for the most part, of course, once you have a good clientele or you deal with good clients, the experiences become more rewarding.
I have a question for you. You say you're in the beauty industry as well. What do you do?
So I'm more so of like I said, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I'm more so into the nail side. So I'm more nail focused. So I've gotten into nails since I was like around 13, 14 years old. Having interest in nail art, looking at the top beauty professionals, so that's with me. So I'm more into the nail side, even though I'm a licensed cosmetologist.
That's good though, because you could do multiple different things. You could do hair, you could do skin.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, wait, no, you can't do skin. Sorry.
I mean, you kind of can a little bit, but of course, that's a separate license. You know, if you want to be an
Yeah.
esthetician or reflexologist or massage therapist, like that's a whole different license for that.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 right, exactly. But I definitely want to really ask, like, in regards to your nail art, because I can see that Y2K feel. So, what are some things you draw inspiration from, within regards to your nail art?
When I was younger, I would see like the old when you'd go into the nail salons and you'll see the little designs on their nails.
Hmm.
I would get inspiration from that. I used to love the airbrush and the stencils and stuff like that they would use,
Right.
the liner gels and stuff. So that inspiration comes from there. I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest as well, um,
Hmm.
magazines,
Hmm.
Japanese nail artists. I follow a lot of different people, so I draw inspiration from them as well. Like I credit them every time too, because in other countries they're doing things that we're not even doing here in America, and it
Right.
blows my mind. Like the Russian nail artists are crazy. Like I love their stuff. Like I love more
Hmm.
so the 3D nail art, like
Right.
the alien looking stuff. I love that. It's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I find it very cool because like that's what I gravitated towards when I first got into nail industry was the Russian European nail artists because of how advanced their artistry was.
Hmm.
Because like how you said, other countries are doing stuff that we're not doing as much here in the States. They're getting to different nail shapes, like different type of designs, one stroke painting. When I first got into doing nails or doing nail art, I got into one stroke painting and I was like, wow, like I never heard of one stroke paint like that type of technique. So I thought it was like really, really cool. So yeah, but especially with Japan, like Japan with the kawaii nails, that's what I gravitated towards too. It's like, oh
I fell in love. I fell in love.
yeah, yeah. It's really, really cool. But one thing I really like about Asia is that, it's very kawaii, but it's like, kawaii meaning cute. Like they do a lot of cute characters, especially if you buy like Korean nail products, which I bought like some Korean nail products from Zillabo. And I like how with each of the, cute nail products, Korean nail products, excuse me, they have like a character, like a mascot that represents the nail products. So I find it very interesting.
Yes. I like the different textures. Like some could be fur, some could be plastic. Like it's just so.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the thing, because the thing with nail art now is so diverse, than how it was like 5 or 10 or so years ago. And the thing is that people are getting more into experimentation, people more getting into conceptualized nail art, where they're thinking outside the box and like, Hot Nail does like these conceptual, nail art designs, for example. And one of the nail art designs I really like is the one with the telephone buttons.
Yes. I saw that. I actually seen a small telephone on a nail. I'm like, where did you get this? Like they have stuff I've never seen before. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and there's another nail artist that kinda does those conceptual nail art designs, but it's, like, really, really creative. So they did, like, a nail art of, like, a toilet or something, like a refrigerator or something like that. So people do, like, crazy things with nails. It's really, really crazy.
I love it. It blows my mind.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like you would never think to do that. I would have never thought to do that.
Mm. Yeah, right, exactly. Now, what are some things that very much interest you about the Y2K style nail art, or the Y2K era?
I grew up in that era
Mhm,
and I was too young to get the stuff that I wanted. So now,
mhm.
as an adult, it's like my inner child is like, yes, get
Right.
these type of nails because you wanted those as a child. And
Mm,
that's what it interests me the most. Like my favorite kind of Y2K style would be like the coconut girl. Do you know
mhm.
what that is?
I'm not sure, the
The
Coconut Girl.
coconut girl. Okay, so with the coconut girl, it's like the super kawaii, like beach
Mhm,
vibes. I'm from Miami, so I love the water. I love the beach. So those hibiscus flowers with like cheetah
mhm.
print and the Y2K lines, it just makes me really happy because growing up, that's all I wanted, and that's all I would see with the little coconut girls with their hair, their flowers in their hair, and like surfer girls and stuff like that.
Mm,
Thought it was super cute.
yeah, yeah. Oh, now that you mention it, I think I know what you're talking about now. Like I didn't know at first. I was like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. But yeah, but especially the Y2K is very, very interesting. A lot of like, back in the day, like the Chrome, music videos were conceptualized back at that time. And, it was just so cool over the 2000s. That's when I was like a little kid, essentially. But yeah, like there were some cool trends out there. You had bands like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, a lot of R&B, artists, so that was a cool time.
It was the best.
Yeah, right, exactly, most definitely. But yeah, but also too with the nail art as well. I see like you have that type of style. Same with like Pink's artistry and Nails by Katie, who I had a chance to interview. So I like how you guys are gravitating towards that era, but also mixing it with kawaii and very conceptualized art.
I get a lot of inspiration from them both,
Mm,
and it's crazy because I met Pink, and she
mm,
actually gave me an opportunity to do nails on TV with her, which is
mm.
really cool. Yeah, she's like a nail sister.
Yeah, that's really really cool. But I definitely want to ask, like, how big is the nail scene in Atlanta? Possibly.
um, it's big, but it's not as big as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what we do is really important, and
Mm-hmm.
especially here in Atlanta, a lot of girls aren't not I won't say girls, but a lot of nail techs aren't doing what we're doing, if that makes
Right.
sense. Like I see them like gravitating towards it now, but at first it wasn't like that. It was very like
Mm-hmm.
underground, just the style, and girls were
Mm-hmm.
really mean about it too. Like on Instagram, maybe like 3 years ago, the kawaii thing was like, why would you get all those charms on your nails? That is
Right.
so ugly. Like
Right. Right.
now it's popular. Everybody wants it. Everybody's doing it. So here in Atlanta, I
Mhm.
feel like when it comes to different nail styles and different trends, they're kind of like at first, and then they're like
Mhm.
later, they're like, yeah, we could do that now. But at first, it was like really they weren't open minded about it. But now it's getting better. Um,
Mhm.
I see a lot of young women out gravitating to doing nails now. It
Mhm.
used to be like lashes or makeup, and they're like, no, I want to do nails now.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool to see that, the nail community is like constantly growing and changing. So I find it to be very, very cool. But also too, I definitely want to go ahead and talk about press-ons. So you have experience in regards to selling press-ons. So what has been, the journey been like also just doing your own press-on nails?
Um, the journey with press on nails is it was it was kind of hard at first finding good supplies. I
Mhm.
would say finding good supplies was hard, but then when I found the supplies, the demand got crazy. Like
Mhm.
everybody wants press-ons now. I feel like because
Right.
everyone works different types of jobs and they can't have acrylics on for that long, and they would rather not spend money getting acrylics, that they're gonna have to punch like take off after the weekend. So I
Mhm.
feel like press-ons are more like for like the business women and like the people that are like working in corporate jobs that just want some
Right.
cool fun nails for the weekend and stuff like that. I feel like that's like where most of the clientele comes from, and
Mhm.
they last longer to me. Like you
Right.
can rewear them like multiple times. So I feel like the press on
Mhm.
game is like really like getting better. I like it a lot. I like making press ons more so than I like doing nails.
Yeah, yeah. Like I like making press-ons too. And the thing is a lot of people like the customized bespoke type of press-on nails. Like, when we make them, it's so like unique. So in your perspective, like, because I know of course, store-bought, stores like sell the store-bought version of press-on nails. So why do you think people gravitate towards, having custom, press-on nails besides it getting store-bought press-ons?
Because the store bought press ons are lame. They're not cool.
Right.
Custom press ons are like, these are my ideas and this
Mhm.
is my style. You can't we can jazz up the ones at the store, but why not have them already come jazzed up, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that wholeheartedly. But I definitely want to go ahead and ask this question because the people that I've interviewed previously talked about nail artists getting recognition, not only in the nail industry, but also in the entertainment and fashion industry. So how important is it in your perspective, just with us getting recognition?
I think it's very important. I think your hands are used to do so much. And
Hmm.
people act like they don't pay attention to your hands, but they do. And I think they do that because they don't want to give nail artists recognition. I don't know what it is, the hate community, the hate club they have against nail artists. I feel like nail
Right.
artists need way more recognition because your outfits aren't the same.
Right.
Your aura isn't the same if your nails aren't done. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like everything comes
Hmm.
together with that. That is like the cherry on top, you know?
Right.
I feel like we deserve a lot more recognition because we put a lot of time and effort into that. A lot of chemicals too that we
Yeah.
inhale to make your nails look beautiful. So I think that we should get a lot more recognition. It should be way more important. I think we need a magazine. I think we need a holiday. I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I think it's slowly getting there, but of course we should get recognized a lot more because this is just as much of an art form as anything else, like with hair, makeup, or anything, or just creating art, in a general sense, and the thing is that, I'm glad that us as now are charging what we're worth, like, 100, 200, 300 something dollars for a set of press-ons. Because
Hmm.
the thing is, and what I find kind of interesting too is with some people be like, well, I don't know why you charge over $100 or $200 for a nail set, but it's
Yeah.
like, you don't have a problem buying a $200, $300 purse,
Or
and things
wig.
like that. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. So it's like, if you have no problem buying those, fashion assets that are worth, a couple $100, why not, invest in, nails that we work so hard on, and it's a body of work for 100, 200, 300 plus dollars.
Exactly. Yes, I got those questions a lot. Girls would be like, "I'm not paying $200 for a set of nails. You're crazy." They would call me crazy, and I'm like, "Well, I
Mm,
just sat here for maybe more than 60 minutes, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, and I filed these acrylic nails. I laid the acrylic first of all, laid the
right.
acrylic, filed them into the shape of whatever shape you wanted, and now these are wearable acrylic press-on nails that you can constantly rewear. So I think it is worth the investment, but they don't see it as that. A lot of people don't know, and
Hmm.
especially like people that don't run businesses, they don't know
Right.
what it takes. So they can't. They're looking at it from their perspective. So I don't get offended. I just keep going.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And of course, you have to educate your clients, as best you can. Educate your clients in regards to just, how your process works in terms of pricing, because there again, people don't know. And the thing is also too with, the fashion industry, I like how, some brands are embracing nail art, and the thing is that it could be like over the top and conceptualized. So that's something that's really, really cool within, fashion and entertainment. There's, certain rap artists like Megan Thee Stallion, Sweetie wearing nails, and it's really cool to see. But of course, even still, we still need, that recognition more.
I love Megan Thee Stallion's nails. They are
Mm,
so cute. She gets the lipstick shape, and it's like a
right.
tapered lipstick. I love it.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, totally. But also like, Sweetie's nails, like her nails are always blinged out all the time.
It's so long. I always imagine how they do things like,
Hmm.
and she gets them filled in to be like this long. I'm like, how do you manage? They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I just find it to be really cool. We can express ourselves with nails, so that's really awesome about that. But I definitely want to also ask about in regards to Black culture's impact within the nail industry. So, in regards to that, how important is it for Black women to be credited in regards to the contribution, within the nail industry, but also in the beauty industry as a whole?
We are like the foundation of the
Hmm.
beauty industry. Um, it wouldn't be anything without us, honestly.
Right.
And I think we need more credit. Maybe a holiday.
Hmm.
A holiday for sure. Yeah, it needs to be more like public knowledge that I won't say almost everything is inspired by us, especially this.
Mhm.
That's my take on that.
Yeah, that's the
How
thing
do
because
you feel about that?
I mean, I totally agree because definitely we're the ones who've made the biggest impact within the beauty industry, especially in the hair industry. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? All the different hairstyles, hair colors, and like look at the music videos like with Little Kim, Trina, like the colored hair streaks, the colored hair in general, like we make that hot.
Definitely.
Some of the, nail trends like the bling nails, the curved nails, the long curved nails, like that was seen as hood and ghetto. Now people want, the curved nails, the bling and stuff like that, like what you do, and especially with Pink's artistry, Megan,
Mm-hmm.
and Nails by KD doing like all over the top nails. So the thing is that if we're the trendsetters of fashion, but also in beauty as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we deserve a lot more credit, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, what are some things you find the most rewarding just being a nail artist?
Meeting women,
Mm,
meeting people, like I love them. I've learned so much. I've made so many connections. Um, I feel like meeting women though. Meeting women
mm,
was the best part about it because I've met so many women and they taught me so many different things and I'll never forget them. Like
mm-hmm.
having conversations with people, seeing their different perspectives on things and being able to create art with them. I know when they get home and they go on Instagram or the internet and they see their hands, they're like, wow,
Right.
so cool. We created something together. I like to make them
Mhm.
feel like this is something we're doing together. Like we come
Right.
up with our ideas. When I deal with my clients, we come up with ideas together. It's not just like a one way streak. Like it's like, what do you want? Like you're getting service, so I want you to leave out of here knowing that you got what you wanted.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you have
Most.
a nail friend.
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. And I can agree with that too. Same with me, like meeting people, learning brand new techniques and brand new trends. And, there's so many things like how we said way earlier in this interview, like there's so much stuff that's been out, especially the products. The products I found to be really cool, like the 3D nail gel, some of the trends like, the chrome powdered nails, the kawaii nails, the 3D nails, the whole just conceptualization of nail art now. People are going outside the box with it, so I find that to be very, very rewarding on my end. That's really my take on that.
Yes, love it.
Yes. Yeah, right, I could totally agree with that. Now in regards to the nail industry, what is something that you would like to see more of?
Duck nails. I want people to open up to them and be more accepting of them because they're really cute. 3D nail art for sure. Nail. I want a nail magazine. I want
Mhm,
it. I want that to be a thing. Like, I think it was a thing in the early 2000s, but I don't
mhm,
know. I don't see them anymore. Like, I want that to be a thing. I want to emphasize nails more so in like music videos, photos,
mhm.
shoots, and stuff like that. I'm seeing it now. It's getting more popular. Like
Right.
even when we do like little things, like if there were say there were to be like a nail magazine,
Mhm,
we could it could have like different aspects of life and how your nails are important. Like when you're cooking,
mhm.
cleaning, playing the piano, playing the guitar, making stuff. Like that
Right.
would be cool to see.
Yeah, right, exactly. But definitely with the nail magazines, I think they're still going, but it's more so like online. But I don't know if they're gonna do the actual, like physical, magazines, because of course Nail Pro is still going with their magazine and things like that. And of course, because of the pandemic, they, it seemed like they kind of stopped. But it's like, I think people are starting to come back with the nail magazine issues, but that's something I'd like to see back as well.
Mhm.
Most definitely. But I definitely want to go ahead and ask also too, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like, do you see yourself still doing nails? What do you think about like where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Mm, 10 years from now. This is one of the questions that kind of like was like, oh gosh. I could see myself owning a nail salon.
Hmm.
But doing nails, yes, I'll still be doing nails for like my family and my friends and my clients and stuff that I have now.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't be doing nails as much. I would be like selling products like nail products and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be a part of my life forever. You know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
very passionate about it and I love it very much. So I see myself still being in the nail game 10 years from now.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media and how can people support you and your work?
My Instagram is Nailsbykittyx, and the way you can support me is by reposting my work, checking out my website, watching my reels and reposting my reels, and coming to see me. You know, booking an appointment. You know, that's the best way I can say you can support me. Oh, and pray for me. Keep me in your prayers, man.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But thank you so much, Nails by Kitty, for jumping onto the show. Your work is absolutely incredible. I love the Y2K nails. Especially some of the duck nail designs that you're doing. Like you're killing the nail game. It's really, really cool. And I had fun with this conversation, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope to see you again in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Likewise. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.